Praise be Jesus Christ. If you haven't done so yet, I want you to pick up a little copy of my book, In His Zone. I want you to read this book so you can learn about the Noonday Demon. Context. I was actually visiting a priest friend of mine the other day, and he's just starting a new assignment, and he just happens to be living in this ridiculously big old house with two other priests. He's in community, and it's amusing because this priest is known for simplicity of life. Every time he moves, he packs all his worldly possessions into a little wee car. And if it doesn't fit in the car, it stays back. He lives a very simple life, doesn't own a lot of things, and yet he's in this big old house. And he was kind of joking about that. But he was describing to me just his daily routine. And he says, it doesn't take much to fill the day. You celebrate Mass, you do your holy hour, you pray the rosary, you're doing your liturgy, the hours throughout the day, trying to get some exercise, prepare meals, and do, obviously, all your ministry work. But what was interesting is he highlighted, as he was describing his routine, he highlighted that it's the Noonday Demon that's the biggest challenge day after day. Now, if you haven't heard about the Noonday Demon, this is something that the Desert Fathers spoke about and wrote about when they went out into the solitude of the wilderness. They were surprised to find that the spiritual battles they thought would be so hard to fight actually weren't that bad. But there was other things that were a bigger challenge, such as the Noonday Demon. They experienced that midday, almost day after day after day. They would have this time of listlessness, of acedia, of kind of a spiritual laziness, and even a despair, kind of giving up the battle. And so many of them said it was the hardest time of the day. Every day is the hardest time of the day. And so to hear my priest friend describe this, and the reason I highlight this is my experience of spending time in solitude, this is what this little book is about. I built a raft and I put it on a secluded lake, and I sat on the raft for 9 days to experience, with the wisdom of the Desert Fathers, the subtitle is 7 Principles for Thriving in Solitude. And chapter 5, one of the principles is beware of the Noonday Demon. And I speak about this. And before I sat on this raft all alone for 9 days, I knew about the Noonday Demon. I already battled the Noonday Demon a lot. I read about this demon, this battle we have to fight. And the reason it's important to know about the Noonday Demon is we understand, like, this is normal. Like, this is what people struggle with. And I gave the example in the book of a Benedictine monk known for holiness. He was very old, and he was interviewed, and they asked him, what's the biggest challenge of monastic life? And without any hesitation, he said the Noonday Demon. It just keeps showing up, and it doesn't get any easier. And so there's wisdom. And I write about how I fought the Noonday Demon while I was sitting on my raft for those 9 days. Because there is wisdom in the church and from especially the Desert Fathers, the monastic tradition, on how to fight the Noonday Demon. Now, the Desert Fathers were always turning to Scripture, and the Scripture for the Noonday Demon is Psalm 91. It says, "You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the plague that prowls in the darkness, nor the scourge that lays waste at noon." And that's what they said. Look, that's it. That's the Noonday Demon that we have to fight against every day. Pick up In His Zone, 7 Principles for Thriving in Solitude, available on Amazon. Viva Cristo Re.